and welcome to vinyl video number 58, the vinyl albums, bands and artists that inspire me. Of course, this is episode 58, and we've got another 10 records for you today. First of all, this is Family with Music in the Doll's House. Of course, the wonderful Roger Chapman. What a voice. Hey Mr. Policeman, The Chase. My personal favourite track on this record is The Breeze. Just really good sort of, 70s sort of rock stuff by the one and only Roger Chapman and Family. Classic, real classic stuff. Up next is a nice Jerry Lee Lewis compilation on the London label. A whole lot of shaking going on. It's got all the best Jerry Lee cuts, a whole lot of shaking. Mean Woman Blues, You Win Again, Hank Williams of course. Big Blonde Baby, Little Queenie of course, Chuck Berry. Sweet Little 16, Chuck Berry, the Lewis Boogie, a personal favourite of mine. My name is Jerry Lee Lewis. I'm from Louisiana and I'm going to play you a boogie on this your piano. Fantastic. So that's a Jerry Lee on London. This is Vanilla Fudge with his self-titled album Vanilla Fudge on the Atlantic label. This features two classic Beatles covers, Eleanor Rigby and Ticket to Ride. Also a cracking version of People Get Ready. And then there's a Losers of Childhood Part 1, 2 and 3. And it's just really good. And the drummer Vinny, of course, went on to make albums with Jeff Beck. A real virtuoso drummer. Good 70s sort of rock stuff again. Quite heavy for the time. Vanilla Fudge. Another Elmo James compilation. You can never have too many in your collection. And this is All Them Blues, which features It Hurts Me Too, Every Day I Have the Blues, Just My Broom, Shaking Money Maker, Bleeding Heart, which of course Hendrix did a wonderful version of. There's a nice interview conversation on here as well. Picking the Blues, I Believe, Stranger Blues, Anna Lee, Me Mistreating Mama, Look on Yonder Wall. Just a really nice Elmo compilation. I mean, you can never have too many Elmo James records in your collection. Absolutely fantastic, and here he is on the front. It's a real shame, that there is no footage of him, because wouldn't that have been fantastic to see? Up next, this is Genesis Live. This is the early Genesis stuff I like, with Steve Hackett and Peter Gabriel. This features the musical box and the knife, and also my personal favourite, The Return of the Giant Hogweed. It's Genesis Live. It's early Genesis. It's progressive, and I think it's super duper cool. Much prefer Phil Collins just drumming rather than singing, but it's all personal preference, isn't it? Peter Gabriel is doing his theatrics here, as you can see. And Steve Hackett, of course, is sat down. Much like Robert Fripp from King Crimson did, and still does. Genesis Live. Up next, Dylan. Freewheeling Bob Dylan. I mean, the songs on this are just wonderful. The Girl from the North Country, Masters of War, Blowing in the Wind, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. That Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Bob Dylan's Blues. I mean, how did he think of these songs? He was like, he was 20, maybe younger when this record came out. I'm not quite sure. Produced by John Hammond, of course. John Hammond, the slide player's father. And it's just bonkers to think, that he wrote songs like Don't Think Twice Is All Right and he was so young. Dylan is 80, isn't he, I think? And this came out in 1963. So he would have been in his 20s, and it's just incredible. So that's Freewheeling Bob Dylan. This is Billy By Arnold with Sinner's Prayer. Billy By Arnold, of course, the wonderful harmonica player, made that record with Tony McPhee. Recorded records in the 50s and 60s as well. This is on the Red Lightning label. This has got I Was a Fool, High Heel Sneakers, Anna Lee, of course on the Elmo comp. Blues and Ain't Natural, I'm Gonna Move, and Sinner's Prayer. And that's it, really. I mean, Lightning Hopkins, sorry. Billy By Arnold is a wonderful harmonica player, singer. And I think he's still alive. I think. I'll have to double check that. This is quite a nice Crosby, Stills and Nash bootleg live from the LA Forum, 1970. Here it is. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Suit Judy Blue Eyes on the Way Home. Teach Your Children, Find the Cost of Freedom. Carry On. Long Time Gone, Helplessly Open, Southern Man, Ohio and Woodstock. Classic Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. One of the all-time great bands ever, really. It's just on like a white label. The audio quality is really good on it. If you see it, pick it up if you're into CSN, Neil Young, Stills, Crosby, Nash, etc. Because it's a good listen. Really good listen. This is a nice 80s press of a Fleetwood Mac. Live, of course, is my favourite era of Fleetwood Mac. The Peter Green era. Peter Green, Jeremy Spencer, Danny Kerwin, John McVie and Mick Fleetwood. Oh well. Like It This Way, which is just brilliant guitar work. Danny Kerwin and Peter Green bouncing off each other. World in Harmony, Only You, Black Magic Woman, Jump in the Shadows, and Elmo James's Can't Hold Out. I got into Elmo James by listening to Jeremy Spencer, really do all that stuff on the Dog and Dustbin album, etc. And it's a good quality live recording. I also like the cover. I don't know if you can see the cover there, because you've got Peter Green with his famous Les Paul, Danny Kerwin with his Les Paul, Jeremy Spencer with his V playing Slide on a Flying V. And it's sad to think that Danny Kerwin and Jeremy Spencer are gone now, but that's how it goes. And last but not least, this is Johnny Bond and the Hot Rodders. This is a London Starday. I love the Starday label. I've spoken about the Starday many times. This is Johnny Bond. Great figure. 8-race fastback. Hot Rod Lincoln, of course, we all know from Bill Kirchin. The Wreck of Old 97, Johnny Cash does. Fireball. Hot Rod Surfing. Sidecar Cycle. Johnny's Clampdown Races. Just good old songs about hot rodding, really. We like songs about trains and cars and hot rods. And this is on the London Starday, which is a super cool label, as you can see, London. I love that purple London label. It's one of my favourites. And there we have it then. That concludes another 10 records from the collection. Episode 58. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you all again soon for final video 59. Cheers.